famous people who partied and hung out with Diddy. Apparently there's like at least, 100 plus who are going to be named in his trial. Famous shiny stars. We named some of them last night. We got a new one tonight, Iron Man. But we don't yet know what the connection is. Like, how are all these famous faces and names going to be connected to P. Diddy in his sex trial? It's the kind of thing they're all freaking out about, right? And there are many unnamed yet. We're just finding out about them in jury selection. But I'll tell you what, the internet is freaking out and making its connections. Which shiny star had what connection to Diddy, and how could that end up in the case? The candidates are being asked about their own connections to or impressions of an array of celebrities. And with no explanation why, at least not yet. The parlor games have begun, my friends. Everybody is trying to connect the dots between the shiny, famous names and the beleaguered rap star Diddy. And the charge.
Someone else. And she said that she did it because she was 22, 21. She was young. She didn't know any better. And that she wanted to please Sean Combs.
And they tell me what happened to my friends. And I don't care how long it's been since I talked to them. They will always be my friends. Always. Tim and Durrett and Lamont Rucker were not the same after they went on camera with Tyler Perry.
That have been going on about my relationship status. Let me make it clear to you all. I'm not gay, for those of you spreading rumor Jalla Kelly because she find out I'm gay.
Now, like smoke, their names drift through the courtroom. Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry, two individuals long regarded with impeccable reputations. But their names have surfaced in reports, placing them at parties that are now central to shocking revelations unfolding in court. Someone who was once dear to me is involved, and what were once just whispers and rumors have now given way to sworn testimony. This is no longer about gossip. It's about NDAs and a powerful machine that, for decades, protected the elite. People we assumed were merely bystanders may have been more deeply involved than we ever realized. Jaguar Wright made a statement years ago, before the Diddy trial, that was largely ignored. In it, she claimed that Tyler Perry wasn't just present at those parties, but was involved in the scene itself. Not once, not casually. Now, we begin to look at those claims again. This time through the lens of court proceedings and sworn truth.
Someone else. And she said that she did it because she was 22, 21. She was young. She didn't know any better. And that she wanted to...
At the time, most people dismissed it as just another wild rant from Jaguar, an unproven, sensational claim. But her story takes on a different weight now that Diddy is on trial, with many of the same individuals and events being described in stark legal detail. The trial includes testimony from women who allege they were drugged, recorded, and coerced into signing NDAs after participating in events referred to as freak-offs, allegedly hosted by Diddy at remote homes and luxury villas. The first major witness, Cassie Ventura, provided disturbing details about these gatherings. She described them as highly orchestrated events, complete with candles, medications, hidden cameras, lavish hotel rooms, and hired male escorts. According to her testimony, these were not spontaneous get-togethers. They were always one-sided, planned, and managed, she said. Cassie explained that Diddy would hire an escort and arrange scenarios where she would perform for him. He would watch and even direct what was happening. It eventually became a job for me pretty much, she testified, breaking down in tears when asked if she had enjoyed those experiences. Only because I got to spend one-on-one time with him, and I really did love him.
Tell me what happened to my friends. And I don't care how long it's been since I talked to them. They will always be my friends. Always. Tim and Durrett and Lamont Rucker were not the same after they went on camera with Tyler.
Another woman publicly testified that she awoke bruised and disoriented in Diddy's guest suite in Miami, with no memory of what had occurred. She claimed she was paid in exchange for her silence. According to testimony from a former executive assistant, she lost her job at a company affiliated with Revolt TV after refusing to stay quiet. The assistant also testified that such hush payments were common. Some NDAs reportedly included references to drug distribution and documented explicit acts, including one involving an incident in Turks and Caicos. These are not merely hearsay. They are part of federal exhibits. In this context, past statements from Jaguar, such as her claims of seeing Tyler Perry at one of these events, witnessing male friends return from collaborations with him changed, and being blacklisted after speaking out, suddenly seem much more credible.
That have been going on about my relationship status, let me make it clear to you all. I'm not gay, for those of you spreading rumor Jalopy Kelly because she find out
As Jaguar's warnings began to sound less like emotional tirades and more like substantiated claims, another voice added weight to the controversy. On December 16th, actor Christian Keys posted a video that sent shockwaves through the entertainment community. While he didn't name names, his message was clear and his accusations serious. He spoke about being mistreated for years by a well-known male figure in the industry, someone he once viewed as a brother, a mentor, and a highly respected individual. Though Christian refrained from revealing the identity of his alleged abuser, fans quickly pointed to Tyler Perry. The two shared a history, with Christian previously praising Perry for helping him get his foot in the door in Hollywood. That professional relationship and past admiration made the accusation even more jarring. In the video, Christian claimed that this person had harassed him for years and stated that his attorney and several family members had documentation and evidence in case anything happened to him. His chilling words were, "Several family members, and my attorney have the proof. If anything happens to me, that information will come out." The response was swift. Fans flooded Perry's social media pages, demanding answers and expressing their outrage. Known for remaining quiet in the face of online gossip, Perry broke his usual silence. As the allegations gained traction, he released an unprompted public statement denying the claims entirely. He labeled them a complete fabrication and maintained his innocence. The situation has left the public divided, with some demanding further investigation and others calling for caution in the court of public opinion. As of now, no legal action has been taken, but the weight of the claims and the names involved have stirred deep discussion across social media and entertainment circles.
The Golden Globe nomination is shocking. Thankfully, she got the Screen Actors Guild, which reflects more of the Academy, and she got the British Academy Award, BAFTA.
Christian's assertions weren't isolated. They touched on abuse and power, even if indirectly. His statements raised more questions than they answered, especially as they appeared to deflect from deeper issues. This all unfolded while Diddy's legal situation was already revealing a pattern of coerced silence, manipulation, and NDAs. Christian's video wasn't created in a vacuum. It was part of the same culture Cassie was testifying about. What once seemed like separate incidents now feels connected. Both Christian and Jaguar were defining invisible boundaries around the same toxic system. A clear pattern was emerging. Even though Tyler Perry's real name wasn't explicitly used in the Boondocks, the message in that episode was unmistakable. A powerful man demanding silence in exchange for control, using fame and religion as tools. Today, that satire no longer feels like humor. It feels like a warning. And Perry is not alone in facing a collapsing reputation. One person, however, has remained notably silent throughout all of this: Oprah Winfrey. For decades, Winfrey's brand has been built on truth-telling, empathy, and healing. Yet many of the individuals she's uplifted are now being scrutinized, publicly shamed, or even tried in court. She once brought Diddy onto her platform during the peak of his fame, offering soft questions and warm smiles, with no mention of the years of troubling rumors that followed him. Some claim she even attended his infamous parties. Her connection to Tyler Perry went beyond support. It became a full-blown partnership. Together, they collaborated on business ventures, shared award stages, and formed a powerful alliance within black entertainment. And yet, she has remained silent in the face of the allegations surrounding him. But this isn't new behavior. Oprah also had a close relationship with Harvey Weinstein, publicly praising him, posing for photos, and appearing to be one of his trusted allies. In hindsight, that friendship casts a long shadow.
One of the most famous spiritual healers in the world rarely talks to anyone on camera. John of God agreed to sit down with me under a mango tree on the ground.
Despite the seriousness of his crimes, she remained largely silent when they were made public. There were no in-depth interviews, no heartfelt statements, no visible support for his victims. She didn't sit down with anyone to discuss what happened, didn't appear in any documentaries, and made no effort to acknowledge the pain caused. Her silence was striking. No public reckoning, no attempt to explain or express remorse on his behalf. While many expected her to speak up, to offer clarity or solidarity with the survivors, she chose to remain quiet. The absence of a response raised questions, leaving the public to interpret her silence on their own terms.
You get on my nerves talking about who you should be seen with. I do homeless shelters. I walk in prison ministries. I deal with murderers. I deal with rapists and killers because
She once spotlighted the healer known as John of God in her spiritual programming, helping elevate him to global fame. He rarely gave interviews, yet agreed to sit with her under a mango tree on the grounds of his compound. Later, he was convicted of operating a vast abuse ring. Though she distanced herself from him, she never explained why she had given him a platform in the first place. Now, as Diddy stands trial, she is nowhere to be seen. She built her career by shedding light on suffering and giving a voice to survivors. But when those in her inner circle face serious accusations, she falls silent, only speaking out when it's safe. This isn't about guilt by association, it's about a recurring pattern. Silence when power and authority are at risk. She has interviewed countless survivors of abuse, but disappears when the accused is someone she's been seen with, smiling beside them, sharing stages, or collaborating professionally. The Diddy trial isn't just about Diddy. It's about the people who surrounded him during the years of his alleged abuse, and how long they stayed silent. According to Cassie's testimony, Diddy had total control over her life, career, finances, and even her living arrangements. "I couldn't leave," she said. This wasn't just a toxic relationship, it was a system. Systems like these don't run on one person alone. They require enablers, friends, lawyers, security, collaborators, and silence from those at the top. Both Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry were part of that environment, not just socially or publicly, but professionally. Their reputations lent credibility and cover to others. Jaguar Wright has alleged that Tyler Perry was present at some of those infamous gatherings. Christian Keys, once mentored by a major entertainment figure, spoke out about being mistreated. He didn't name Tyler directly, but the context and public reaction made the reference clear. Perry didn't address the allegations. He simply denied rumors about his sexuality, without acknowledging Christian's story or speaking to the abuse. Winfrey, again, stayed silent. This isn't new. She has made a career confronting injustice, until the spotlight turns to those close to her. Now, as survivors step forward without asking for permission or approval, the silence is part of the story. This moment is exposing the depth of control that existed, and we're starting to see who helped maintain it. After reports surfaced that Diddy had accepted a plea deal and was cooperating with authorities, Bishop T.D. Jakes resigned from his position as head pastor of the Potter's House megachurch. He, too, is now trying to explain why he frequently attended Diddy's parties. But people aren't buying the excuses anymore.